Hello and welcome to the YouTube channel. In this video today I will be showing you some brief introduction to the HTML. Yeah, HTML is used to design web pages. So in this video today, just briefly be talking about some few things about the HTML. So the first thing you have to understand, you have HTML, which stands for hypertext markup language. These one now allow you to make some greater outcome to web pages. So it's the language used to create web pages, and using HTML you can create a web page with text, graphics, sounds, and video. So briefly talking about at this point of creating web pages using graphics, sounds, and text. So you can embed videos in your HTML page. You can also add some graphics, for example the background. You can add music, so using the links that you've been given. So under HTML there are some things that you have to understand, and you're talking about the tags. So at this point guys, tags now help you to achieve some changes. Maybe you're talking about the HTML, the basic tag, also have the attribute. So the essence of HTML programming is tags. A tag is a keyword enclosed by the brackets. So listed in these brackets you have the example. So there are the opening and closing tags for the many but not all tags. So some tags no need to be closed. So the affected text is between the two tags. So at this point you're talking about whatever is written between the tags that will be affected, and the output will be depending on the tags used and the attribute. So the opening of the and closing of tags, guys, you're talking about the tags and the editing of your web pages. So you need clearly to understand the tags and then proceed with everything that you will be doing. So the opening tag used to same command, except the closing tag contains additional /. So when you open the tag, for example having the bold, and the ending of the closing of the tag you have the /, and then in this case you be proceeding the things that you'll be doing. So this will appear in a bold. So anything between the bold tag will appear in the bold format. So you're going at the next thing, you're talking about the nested tags. So for example, you must talk about the HTML as the main tag here. You're talking about have the doc type, the HTML. So these are the tags that you're talking about. They'll be inside the HTML. These are the attribute which appear inside the HTML. So you have the heading, the title, body, and so on. So the other you have body and the other attribute that may come within the body tag. So you have the structure of a web page. So a web page, the output of the web page depends the use of the tags and the way you're designing them. So all web pages share a common structure. So the structure here, you must start with the HTML and the end with HTML. So this means that anything you're doing, you're opening, also having a closing tag if possible. So we're going to talk about all pages should contain a pair of HTML, head, title, and body. That is a must, because you'll be doing, you're talking about the HTML. This is the main tag. Also have the attributes within the HTML tag. So guys, keep watching, because I'll be showing you some very great idea and something that some point you may make some mistakes. So the first thing you're talking about the HTML tag, then the head and the title. So briefly talking about the title, this now will appear at the top of your web page as the title. So you open the title and close the title, then the HTML head. So you go to the body. Under the body, this is where you will include the text and images on your web pages. So this now will appear within the web page. So that's what you will be seeing. And then so you have to proceed with the no major tags and everything that you'll be doing. So keenly talking about the title tag, choose the title of your web page carefully. So this now will appear on top of your web page as a title. So this means that whatever you're doing will appear at the top. Now choosing the title of web page carefully, means that something that will attract the visitors to your web page, to our site. The title of web page determines its ranking in certain search engines. So the title will also appear on favorite list, and this will make it easy for people to visit your site. So text formatting, we're going about text formatting. At this point, just briefly talking about the text that you just type in. Have to amend some changes, maybe in the italics, in bold, and other things. So about text formatting, you also have its own tags. So manipulating text in HTML can be strictly, or oftentimes what you see is not what you get. For instance, special HTML tags are needed to create paragraphs, move to the next line, and create headings. So talking about the paragraph, using the p tag, move text to the next line. Also, you can maybe you break it, break to the next line, create headings. Use the h tag. You have h1 tag, h2, and so on. So guys, we're talking about the text formatting tags. You have the bold, italics, underline, paragraph, next line. So next line here, it means that you're separating the current line and the next line. So whatever you'll be writing, whatever will come after the break, tag will appear on the next line. So you're changing the font. So guys, we're talking about the font of your web page and everything that you'll be writing at that point. So about the font, have the font type. You also have to know the font size. So about the font face of the font name can be used to change the font of the enclosed text. So this font tag has also its attributes. You can use the font size, font type, and again where n is a number between 1 to 7. That's our font size. So increasing the font size and reducing. That's the font size. We're now talking about the changing the font. I guess we are talking about the font color. So that's how you see the web pages appearing on your website. On a certain site when you're visiting, you maybe see a title written in red, and then you're proceeding something maybe blue and next. So these are where you use the color. So the web page, you must specifically give different colors, and this will now convey some different information or different meaning to the visitors of your site. So guys, we're talking about the also have the color that you can just say red. You have light red, silver red, you have blue, and you also have those defined using hexadecimal representation. These are this point you start with hash, then you proceed with the other letters. At this point you have a certain chart that you'll be confirming, referring from there. These attributes can be combined to change the font size and color of the text. So now guys, we're talking about the HTML editors. Some have brackets, you also have Macromedia, you have Notepad++. So depending the editor that you will be using, we'll be seeing some different items on that. And some editors have inbuilt features and are covered with this color, so it will just give it to you. Also have the headings. Guys, when talking about the headings, this is now what you'll be writing for different content. So you are talking about the heading 1, heading 2, heading 3, up to heading 7. So talking about the heading 1, is of a larger size compared to heading 2, compared to heading 3. So have the largest as heading 1, and then introduce in font size proceeding 1. So in this case, the 1 corresponds to the largest size heading, while the 7th corresponds to the smallest size heading. So aligning text. So guys, you're talking about your web page. You don't just have to align text to the same direction, but to make it more attractive and making it more attractive to the visitors of your page. So you have to align text differently. You're having the right align, have center align, have left align. So depending on the type of content and the way you want your web page to appear to the visitors to your site. So guys, comment statement. So comments easily help people during the debugging of the programs, debugging of the codes, because some you have the segment of the code and you're now explaining what the next item is doing, or the certain code is doing to certain segment of code. So the comments do not appear on the web pages itself, but are useful reference to the author of the page and other programmers. So it now depends the version of the browser that you're using. So I've just tried out some browsers. You find some of them displaying the comments, but others are still good. So it depends the browser and the type, specifically about the browser and the version that you'll be using to perform this. Have the infamous blink tag. It is possible to make a text blink using the blink HTML. However, it's best to use these features mostly, sparingly, or not at all. What seems like a good idea to a web designer can become very annoying to a web user. So guys, talking about the web designing, so when you be designing something, you also have in mind about the end users, what the web users, the visitors of your channel, of your website will be viewing. You also have to take in mind the point of view of your web users. So that's why at some point you have to create a platform where you'll be interacting with the users, or the users of your site, and then you'll know some places where you can amend changes and then proceed the various things. So page formatting, you're talking about the web page, what you'll be seeing on your screen. Maybe talking about you're using a laptop, even a smartphone, so that's what you'll be seeing. So to define the background color, use the BG color attribute in the body tag. So you're talking about specifically about HTML, but if you're talking about the PHP, the JavaScript, and the CSS, have a different format of doing this. Using CSS, you can include, just refer, using this reference, you can refer all the editings to the CSS file. So to define the color text, use the text. So you guys are having the difference here, different color of text and background color. So background color use PG color attribute, and then also best font size. So it now depends with how you want your text to appear and how you want your background to appear. So you talk about the background, you should set something that it will be presentable and very attractive to the users. Avoid using yellow backgrounds, or something that will just interfere with make your users being bored. So example of our web page. So guys, there's something we have to talk about before the HTML tag. Sometimes you may find you're having the doc type HTML. So that doc type HTML tag now define the HTML file as a HTML5. So you have the head, title. This is now what you're seeing. You'll see as the title of your web page at the top bar. That's where you'll be seeing the title. You have head. Talking about the body, you have BG color black. So you're talking about the background color and the text color. So let the background color and the text color be different, because now you can't use the same background color and text color, because the text won't be viewed by your people, so your users. So at this point, have the base font 7. So you're specifying the font size to 7. Also, this is where you can include the text, images, and web pages. So guys, we're talking about the body tag. Under the body tag, we have the attributes. The attributes, you're talking about the image. You have the image tag and other things. You can embed some videos, the responsive videos. You can include animations and other items that you may need. So inserting images. So guys, talking about these images that you'll be inserting to your web page, you now keenly must understand the location of the files that you want to insert to the web page, where the file is specifically. I usually use it. I usually put in the places in the same folder, the codes, the HTML and CSS. So for easy navigation of the hosts, view them easily. So the width. So at this point you have to specify some attributes. So the image attributes have the width, center, height. You can also specify some items. Maybe you need to make some items at the center, or even the image. Sorry, you're talking about the image. You can set the image is a background. You can set the image border, image height. You can even align the image. So it depends how you want it to appear. Alternate text. Some browsers don't support images. So guys, as I've said earlier, you need to clearly understand what browser you're dealing with, the type of browser you're having. The Mozilla, have Firefox, have Windows Explorer, we have Tor browser, and so on. So it now depends the browser that you're using and also the version of the browser. This matters a lot. So any features that you'll be seeing on a different browser, you may find them different on another browser. So make sure that you are using the codes you're writing will be supported on a certain browser, and you should now alert your viewers and tell them that these are program or this site should only run on this site, on this browser, because if you may run into another browsers, you may find some features missing. So also have links. So guys, at this point, you now be talking about the links. Links should now be connecting between web pages, or you'll be connecting between from your web pages to a certain specified location that you want. So under the link, we have the anchor link. This on the this stands for anchor link. These are anchorage. You now be linking some items. So href stands for head reference. So you talking about the linking different web pages. We'll be linking from one page to another, and using the head reference. Also, about links, you can link your web page to any YouTube, or you linking your pages to any YouTube channel, or even a video. So you'll be embedding a video on at this point. So making an anatomy of a link. So you using the anchorage link. Guys, you'll be also using the head reference link. You now be referencing from your page that you're currently in, and at the next page that you want the viewers to be directed to. Maybe you can't just support everything on the same page. Maybe so you talking about maybe you're talking about the student registration systems. So at this point you must clearly identify, maybe you're having the contracts, the about. So when you click about, you're linking it to the next page, to the about page. So that's the importance of using the link. So in the above link, page HTML is the destination. So this is the destination. When you click the label, so what I mean is the label will be viewed as a hyperlink on the certain page. So when you click on that, it directs you to the .html file. So to create a link to CNN, I will type http, and so on. So this CNN. So this CNN is what will appear on your web page, and so when you click on it, it will direct you to this site, http www.cnn.com. To create a link to MIT, there's the same way, you just use it. So you also create the same on you can embed videos, so when you click that link here, it will direct you to the videos that you want to watch. Changing color of the links. So changing the color of the links, we have the the link attribute that you will be using. So link defines the color of links that have not been visited. So you're talking about you're having the blue, which not yet visited. Also defines the color of links that have already been visited. That's v-link. A-link defines the color of a link. So using links to send emails. So just still the same thing that we have been talking about. Anchorage, have the header reference, and then you key the email, and then the email cut it down. So that's the link that will appear on that. So when you click on that, just direct you to that location. Anchors, so we've already talked about it, which the A tag, the anchoring tag, which enables the user to jump to a specific place on a website. To read the anchor itself, so we've already talked about it. There's the A tag, examples of anchor. So these are what I'm telling you. So when you're creating the hyperlink, it will have the different color with all the text in your document. So you see the table of content. So table of content, this means you're linking it to a different point or to a different location. This how it appears when you're using maybe Microsoft Office Word, then you insert a table but not inserting the table of content but not just typing it manually, the table of content. So when you insert the table of content, it means that it now will be directing you from chapter 1 to the next chapter. So you click on the chapter 1 on table of contents, it will direct you to the page. So guys, we have the ordered list. So we'll be talking about ordered list, and then we stop from there for the next video where we'll be proceeding to the next items. So the ordered list, we're now talking about making your website become very presentable and very attractive to the end users. Guys, we'll be talking about the ordered list. Now this is what will maybe put your items maybe numbered as 1, 2, 3, A, B, C, D, or asterisk, or any items that you want. So ordered list are list on numbered items. So about list, you have ordered list and unordered list. So ordered list, you have, they will be numbered from 1, 2, 3, and so on, or to the way you will modify them. So the type equals to X attribute allows you to change the kind of symbol that appears in the list. A is for capital letters, it's for small letters. Then so you be doing some different things for Roman numbers and so on. Have the unordered list, so still you can modify it using the attributes. So guys, thanks for watching. Stay connected to my YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe and click that bell icon down below to enable notifications. Thanks for watching. 24